Welcome, Stashers, to another episode of STACHE SPORTS. I hope you Stashers are having a good week as I am. I'm having a good week so far, and I hope you Stashers are having a good week. This is part one and part two. I'll post part two later today or maybe tomorrow. I haven't decided yet, but part two will be dedicated to Freedom 250 since we're on episode 125, and it's a 5-minute. We'll do part two of episode 125, and this will be part one. In part one, we'll talk about the hockey game, which I forgot to talk about that in yesterday's episode, I don't think. We'll talk about how Carolina's up 3-1 or 3-2 in a series. We'll talk about tonight's basketball game and see if the New York Knicks finally win a basketball game or finally win a championship since 1973. It's been a long drought. Did they end it tonight or just go back to New York? We'll discuss that in this video. We'll also talk about the USA Soccer men's group stage game at number one. First group stage game last night that I watched when they won 4-1. We'll talk about the hockey, like I said. We'll talk about the Pirates, even though they lost because their bullpen stunk last night and blew that late against the Miami Marlins. We'll talk about baseball, and we'll talk about even more. And we'll talk about other sports, too, and we'll talk about the World Cup. And then, like I said, in part two will be the UFC Freedom 250. And the UFC Freedom 250 fight is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Paramount+. So I'll talk more about that in part two of the video. But here we go, part one. But thank you, Stashers, for watching part one and part two of my video of episode 125. I really appreciate it. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. And please like and share so more people can watch. But thank you for watching my videos on the daily. For those of you that are local supporters. And thank you for watching my videos sometimes if you don't watch it daily. But thank you, Stashers, for watching my videos. But let's go. So I forgot to talk about it yesterday. But on Tuesday night or Thursday night, the Carolina Hurricanes won 4-1 or 4-2 against the Vegas Golden Knights, going at 3 goals or 3 games to 2. But tomorrow night, Sunday night at 8 p.m. also on ABC and the ESPN app, while the UFC Freedom 250 fight is going on tomorrow night. But I'll be watching the UFC Freedom 250 fight. But the United States or the Carolina Hurricanes play the Las Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, Bussey's been doing pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see what Bussey does. I mean, Jordan Staal, he's been doing really good. Jordan Staal has been setting records and been looking like one of the top players for the Carolina Hurricanes. And if the Carolina Hurricanes win tomorrow night, I think Jordan Staal could very well be the Conn Smythe winner. And for those of you that might be new to my channel, the Conn Smythe winner is the MVP of a Stanley Cup final, and he's been doing really good. I mean, he had another goal last night, or 2 nights ago, I guess, when Vegas won 4-2. Carolina won 4-2, excuse me. I'm speaking too fast. Sebastian Aho had a goal, too, when Vegas won. And Pave had one Vegas goal for Vegas, and Vegas scored another goal, looking like they were going to come back. But Vegas ended up, was too short. But I think Vegas wins tomorrow night on Sunday night in Hockey World. Even though I won't be watching. I mean, I might keep my eye on the score updates in between matches of the UFC Freedom 250, but my eyes will be glued to the TV for the UFC Freedom 250 on Paramount+, which I'll talk about in part two of this video of episode 125. But whatever. But I mean, I might keep my eye on the score updates like I do sometimes for the Pirates games, but I hope Vegas wins tomorrow night to force a Game 7 so I can see Game 7. And I think Vegas is going to win. I think Vegas isn't going to want to lose at home and have every team parade the Stanley Cup around. And I just see this going to 7, in my personal opinion. So I think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to win. And I think the Las Vegas Golden Knights are... I think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to win tomorrow night. I think it's going to be 2-1 or 3-2. It's going to be a close game. It might even go to overtime. Maybe it goes to overtime. We might be able to see it. Because I don't know how long the UFC Freedom 250 is going to last. But we'll talk about that in part two. We'll talk about the start time. We'll talk about the match and cards. But I think the Las Vegas Golden Knights are going to win. I mean, let's face it. I just think this is going 7. I don't know, but I could be wrong. I mean, Bussey's been doing really good. Since they took out Frederik Andersen, Bussey's been doing a lot better. I wonder if they're going to go back to Frederik Andersen since Frederik Andersen's led him there. But if I was a coach, I think I'd stay with Bussey. And then unless the Bussey just get absolutely blown out in one of the periods, and you want to switch back to Frederik Andersen and hope he can come back like they did in that one game when they switched to Bussey. He came back 4 goals, but ended up losing in overtime. I just think he should stick with Bussey. And it's going to be interesting to see, too, even if not picked Vegas, to see if Jordan Staal can do good. If Jordan Staal does good, that'll be good. But, I mean, like, he's been doing really good, and he did really good at the Pittsburgh Penguins and looked really good for the Penguins. So let's hope Jordan Staal can do good. I mean, I think he might do good tomorrow, and I think he might get a goal. Maybe Sebastian Aho will get a goal. But I think Eichel, and I think Mitch Marner, and I think Jack Eichel will just be too much for the Carolina Hurricanes to deal with tomorrow night. And I think after losing 4-2, I think the Vegas Golden Knights are going to have that chip on their shoulder not to lose and try to force a Game 7. And that's why I think the Las Vegas Golden Knights will force a Game 7. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens and see what happens to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. But I just think they force a Game 7. But tonight, on ABC and ESPN app, before UFC Freedom 52, before the UFC Freedom 250 fights tomorrow night, tonight on ABC and ESPN is Game 5 of the NBA Finals. And the New York Knicks are looking to win the first championship since 1973, and the San Antonio Spurs are looking to force Game 6 back on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. In Las Vegas. In New York. Wrong sport. In New York. I mean, I don't know what to expect. Like I said, I did not expect them to come back from a 21-point deficit to win a game to win Game 4. I did not expect New York to come back from a 29-point deficit to win Game 4 underneath like 9 minutes and 27 seconds. So I don't know what to expect tonight. I mean, I know the Spurs are going to be doing better. It's going to be interesting to see what Mitch Johnson does and see how the San Antonio Spurs respond back after getting humiliated. I mean, that's not a... I mean, I get some losses are bad. Like, you don't want to get... Like, maybe, if it was a close game, maybe that's not that bad of a loss. But that was more... Like, if it was a close game the whole way out, and New York was up, and the Spurs were up, and New York was up, and the Spurs were up. But blowing a 29-point lead, that's a really devastating loss. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Spurs respond back to that, and how the Knicks respond back. I mean, if the Knicks play like they did near the end of the game, then the Knicks should be winning the first championship since 1973. And I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I don't know what to expect. I mean, like I said, no lead is safe with the New York Knicks after you found that out when they had a 29-point lead. When they had a 29-point lead, no lead is safe in New York. But I just think that Spurs, I don't know who's going to win tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby do tonight. Maybe Karl Anthony Towns has a big night and helps his New York Knicks win their first championship in 1973. But it's Fox. How's Fox going to respond after having one of the dumbest plays in all basketball? How is Fox going to respond? Is Fox going to do good, or is Fox going to do bad? I mean, if Fox keeps doing good, and it's going to be depending on the turnovers. I mean, like that last game, it doesn't matter if they're winning at halftime or not, because they're up by 27. The Spurs are at halftime, and most people think that they might win, even when they're up 29. But the New York Knicks had other plans for that game, and the New York Knicks won. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I don't know. I guess I'll just pick New York for the fun of it. I think New York wins the championship tonight. I don't know if I see this going to Game 6. It just depends. I mean, if we get the Spurs like we did in the first half, and we get them all throughout the game, then maybe it goes to Game 6, and maybe New York wins the Game 6. I just don't see the Spurs coming back. I mean, I could see them maybe winning tonight. So this is a toss-up game, because I don't know who's going to win. I mean, I could see them coming back tonight and tossing it up and having a toss-up game, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see what Victor Yama does. Is Victor Yama going to be good all quarters? That's something that they messed up too. Victor Yama is really bad in the fourth quarter. Magic Johnson thinks it'll be Game 6. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I think it could be Game 6. But I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know what team we're going to get. I mean, if we get the Knicks like we did in the second half, it's going to be a good game. I just hope it's a good game. I mean, that's what we got treated to by the 29-point comeback, even though I didn't want the Knicks to win. But I say the Knicks, whatever, I say Spurs win tonight. I say the Knicks win tonight, and if I'm wrong, then I'll say the Spurs win, so the Knicks win Game 6. But I think the Knicks are going to win tonight. Present the Knicks look to clinch the NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs. New York is 53 and 29, third in the Eastern Conference. Right now, betting odds, it looks like San Antonio is a minus 5.5. So I guess the betting odds think it's going to go to Game 6. But that's why Vegas wants a lot of money, because sometimes if you gamble on sports, it doesn't turn out well and you lose. But like I said, if it's a 29-point deficit or whatever, don't count the New York Knicks out, because they definitely showed in previous games that they can win. I mean, I don't know what's going to expect, but what the hell? I don't know what to expect, but we'll see. San Antonio's a minus 50. New York opens at a minus 110, and so is San Antonio. The spread is a minus 125 and a minus 1.12, 112 and a minus 5.5. The over is a minus 215.5 and a minus 1.5. The money line is a plus 170 for New York. The Spurs are minus 5.5 with minus 108 underline. The total is at 215.5 minus 105, and they are minus 205 if you bet. But we'll see. I mean, the Knicks are going to have that fire in them, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if the Knicks, since they've waited this long, if they want to just try to not play as good tonight to try to win in New York, to have all the fans and all the celebrity fans go bananas. I mean, I can see that too. But I mean, the Spurs are going to be playing with their backs to the wall, so it's going to be interesting to see what the Spurs do. But I don't know. I think the Spurs might win, even though I said the Knicks. I think the Spurs might win now. I might be changing my mind. But it might be bad if I change my mind. But oh well, I think the Spurs win. I think they force a Game 6 like Magic Johnson said. But I also could see the Knicks winning. I mean, whatever. I don't really care. I'm not picking. I changed my mind. I'm not going to pick. But I think I just hope it's a good game. I could see the Knicks winning, or I could see the Spurs winning. But if the Spurs win tonight, I think the Knicks take Game 6 back in New York. I did not see this going all 7 like I do the Las Vegas Golden Knights and Carolina Hurricanes. I don't see this going 7. The Spurs can somehow edge it out tonight in San Antonio. I think they just get this one game, and I think New York has that chip on their shoulder to win in front of their home crowd, and I'll go back to San Antonio for a Game 7. But we'll see. I think New York's going to win. That's my final answer. But I think New York's going to win. But it's going to be interesting to see what Jalen Brunson does. I wonder if the coach, Mike Brown, is going to play Jalen Brunson together again with his teammate, Jose Alvarado. I mean, that worked really well. Or they're going to figure it out. Is your defense at San Antonio going to finally wake up and play all 4 quarters and not just play the first half? Is their offense going to do good? If they keep going cold for threes, are they going to live and die by the threes? That's something that really affected the San Antonio Spurs and really helped the New York Knicks come back from a 29-point deficit. Is the San Antonio Spurs decided to live and die by the free. And for some, I know they made 14 in the first half, but in the second half, it wasn't working for them. So that's one reason why the San Antonio Spurs, that's one reason why the New York Knicks came back and won. But Jalen Brunson's looking really good, and I think the Knicks win tonight. I think they don't want to mess around and try to go back to New York and just go back to New York for the championship trophy and a future parade, and all the celebrities can go for the future parade and for the championship trophy. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. On Monday, I'll recap it. On episode 126, I'll recap it. I just said Monday, whatever. On episode 126, I'll recap the game and talk about my thoughts about it in This Week in Sports like I do on Monday's episodes. Since I just said it, whatever. But we'll see. But I think New York's going to win. I think Brunson has a big game. I think Karl-Anthony Towns finally has a big game and has his breakout game tonight. I think OG Anunoby has a big game. But it's going to be interesting to see if Sean Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Vestal can help Victor Yamba. And if Victor Yamba has another good game. I mean, Victor Yamba's had really one decent game where he scored over 30 points. Will he be able to match that again tonight, or will it be not a good night for him and we'll be in New York going on? And how is the refs going to do? I mean, that's something else that people have been talking about too, the refs. I hope the refs call a clean game and don't try to put it in anybody's favor. So let's hope the refs do a clean game, but I think the Knicks are going to win, even though San Antonio's a minus 5.5. But for those of you that know, tomorrow night is the UFC Freedom 250, which we'll talk about in part 2 later on, when I post part 2 later on today, or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. Or whenever I post part 2. But whatever, whenever I post part 2. But tonight at 8:30 p.m., the only sport that's on, that's a major sport. I mean, there might be other sports on, like baseball and other stuff. But I don't know, there's no like UFC, I don't think, tonight. But the only thing that's on tonight is at 8:30 on ABC and ESPN app. New York Knicks look to win the first championship since 1973, and the San Antonio Spurs look to force a Game 6. But this stasher thinks the New York Knicks win the first championship since 1973. Right now, the Men's World Cup is going on. Last night, the United States won 4-1. That was their biggest win in the World Cup stage part 1 for a long time. It's nice to see them win that good for a long time in part 1. Let's hope they can continue winning. I mean, they played Paraguay last night. And they played Paraguay last night, and they got a good 3 points. So let's hope this United States team can look as good as they did. I mean, it looked really good last night. They were talking about it even afterwards. That did look like one of the better USA teams of late. Let's hope that, because the USA teams haven't been good, and the World Cup is being hosted a lot this year in the United States. So let's hope the United States, USA, can look really good for the United States. So that'll be something really beneficial. Last night, the game was played in SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California. So it's at a 9 p.m. tip, or kickoff time. It was a 9 p.m. kickoff time, so that's why it was so late. But the USA won 4-1. The first goal was an own goal, but the USA was able to score 3 goals by themselves. Oh, this won't happen. Paraguay scored 1, and looked like, oh no, Paraguay might come back, but the United States was able to score a 4th goal, which was nice for the United States. The United States cruised past Paraguay to open the home World Cup campaign with a statement victory in front of the galaxy of Los Angeles Stars. Monarch forward, Florin, F-L-R-A-N, B-A-L-G-O, and scored 2 well-taken first-half goals as Mauricio Privilege Light served early notice for the capabilities in covering a 4-1 win. The hosts were straight out of the blocks, took an early lead when Paraguay's Damian Weston crossed into his own net and an own goal. For the USA and he also had that Bagalian guy, B-A-L-G-O-N, also had another goal, but it was called back for a goaltender for offsides, which I don't get why it was offsides, but it's called back for offsides. Guess I'm like Ted Lasso. But it's nice to see the United States win. It's nice to see the United States win, so let's hope they can keep winning. For the United States, the goal scorers were Florian Balgon, Bagon. He had 2 of the goals. And Malachi Tillman, had 1 goal. And then Christian Pulisic had 1 goal. Had 1 assist. There's last 2 people had 1 assist. Let's be in the wrong category. Ginovi Rene had 1 goal, making it 3-0. Had the other goal for the United States. Because I guess technically the first goal was scored by Paraguay, so that's why it doesn't read up. But that's nice to see people like Florian have 2 goals, and then Ginovi have 1 goal for the United States. The United States has the next United States game is 6-19 against Australia, looks like. So they have off. But let's go to the results of the other games. Oh, I guess it's going to talk about nothing. Thursday, Mexico beat South Africa 2-0. Thursday, South Africa won against the Czechs 2-1. Canada tied 1-1. Oh, that's Friday. Canada tied 1-1 on Friday. The United States beat against. I'm not gonna say that. You can look it up. The United States won 4-1 against Paraguay at SoFi Stadium. Some of these games have been played in Mexico and Canada, looks like so far. Today, in Santa Clara, California, at Levi Stadium, Qatar plays Switzerland. I think Switzerland wins 2-1. At MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the New York Giants and New York Jets play, Brazil plays Monaco. It's not a race, it's a soccer game. That's a good one, Stasher. LOL, good one, Stash. But I think Brazil wins 3-0 or 4-1 or 4-0. I think Brazil has easy work at Monaco. I don't think Monaco stands a chance against Brazil, and I think Brazil wins this game comfortably, 4-0 or 4-1, like the United States did last night. Brazil wins 4-1 or 4-0 like the United States did last night. I don't think Monaco has a chance. Haiti versus Scotland at 9 p.m. at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the Patriots play on Peacock. On Fox, TV, and Peacock. I'll give them. That's nice, cool. I think Brazil wins, like I said. I think Haiti beats Scotland, but that's going to be a close game. That could even be a tie at 1-1, or maybe 2-1 Haiti, but we'll see. Now we're going to Sunday. Sunday Fun Day! At 12 p.m. on Sunday on Fox Sports 1 in Canada, Australia plays Turkey. I know Turkey's we eat for Thanksgiving, but I don't see Turkey winning. I think Australia wins 2-1. Germany plays in Texas at the Houston, Texas Stadium against Caraco. Probably mispronounced that. I think Germany, like Brazil and like the United States, I think they win handsomely. I think they win 4-0 or 3-0 or 4-1 or 3-1. I don't see Morocco doing anything against Germany and Houston. At the Dallas Cowboys Stadium at 4 p.m. on Sunday, Japan plays the Netherlands. I think Japan wins 3-1. Or 3-2, excuse me. I think Japan wins 3-2. You got Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. I think Ecuador wins 2-1 in the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And at 10 p.m. in Mexico, it's Switzerland versus Tucson. I think Switzerland wins. But we'll get back. I think Switzerland wins 3-1 against Tucson. But those are my United World Cup picks. If you like my World Cup picks, let me know. I'll talk more about the World Cup and we'll recap the games later on. There's more games on Monday, but we'll talk about that on Monday's episode of STACHE Sports. But those are your World Cup games. I'm really glad the United States wins. Like I said, I think Brazil wins today big. I think Qatar beats Switzerland but close. I think Haiti beats Scotland. I think Australia beats Turkey. I think Germany cruises past Qatar, whatever it is. I think Japan beats the Netherlands. I think Ecuador beats the Ivory Coast. And I think Sweden beats Tucson. And I think Australia beats Turkey. I think Brazil wins big today. Brazil! But we'll see. But it's nice that the United States went 4-1. I mean, that's what the United States haven't been good in men's soccer. So let's hope the United States can keep on doing good in men's soccer and keep on doing well in the men's World Cup. Last night, the Pirates looked like they're going to win, but the blowpen came in yet again and blew the game against the Miami Marlins. The blowpen is the death of the kryptonite of the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates lost 8-3 and gave up 11 hits. The bullpen has given up a lot of hits now. I saw Pop Benny post something about your bullpen last night, really bad. But let's hope the Pirates can bounce back today and win today and tomorrow. Yesterday, the Cleveland Indians won 3-2. The Red Sox won 10-1. The Braves lost 7-5. The Yankees lost 8-5 against the Blue Jays. The Dodgers lost 8-2 against the White Sox. Why can't we beat the Dodgers? The White Sox suck. The Dodgers lost 8-2 to the White Sox. That's surprising. The Astros won 10-8 against the Royals. The Rays lost 4-3. The Cubs won 5-1. The Mariners won 10-2 against the Nationals. The Orioles won 7-2 or 7-3. The Reds lost 5-2 against the Diamondbacks. The Phillies lost 6-0 against the Brew Crew. The Twins won 9-0 against the 9-8 against the Cardinals. And the Athletics won 6-4. I think the Yankees beat the Blue Jays today. I think the Pirates beat the Marlins today at 4:05 at PNC Park, and I think they have a good game. It's going to be hard, but I think Bubba Chandler's going again today, and Bubba Chandler has been doing good. But let's hope Bubba Chandler can do good, and the Pirates can do good. But the Pirates' big kryptonite is the bullpen. If the bullpen doesn't do good, it doesn't matter who's on the mound or who's pitching. I mean, the offense needs to do good too. So let's hope the offense and the bullpen can do good, but I think the Pirates win today. I think the Mets beat the Braves. I think the Tigers beat the Indians. I think the Rangers beat the Boston Red Sox. I think the Dodgers beat the Chicago White Sox. I think the Red Sox beat... I changed my mind. I can do that. I think the Red Sox beat the Rangers. But I think the Dodgers beat the White Sox. I think the Astros beat the Royals. I think the Cubs beat the Giants. I think the Rays beat the Angels. I think the Twins beat the Cardinals. I think the Orioles beat the Padres. I think the Orioles beat the Padres. I think the Mariners beat the Nationals. The Reds beat the Diamondbacks. The Phillies beat the Brewers. And the Colorado Rockies beat the Athletics. I think the Pirates won today, and I think the Pirates win tomorrow. And take a shirt. I think the Pirates win tomorrow. Paul Skeens on the mound. And they win today, and they take the series versus the Miami Fish, and they spin their fish back to down in Miami with a series win. I think Paul Skeens has got another Masterful Class game tomorrow at 1:35 p.m. in the afternoon. 12. Oh, that's a peacock. At 12:15, I think Paul Skeens has got a Master Class game tomorrow and I think he beats the Miami Marlins, and I think the Pirates take the series. I think in a rubber match tomorrow, since I think the Pirates win today, I think the Pirates win tomorrow on Sunday, Flag Day. Happy Flag Day tomorrow on Sunday. But I think the Pirates win and raise their Jolly Roger flag on Flag Day. I think the Blue Jays beat the Yankees tomorrow on Sunday at 1:35 on MLB TV. I think the Braves beat the Mets tomorrow at 1:40. I think the Tigers beat the Indians tomorrow on Sunday. I think the Astros win tomorrow against the Royals. I think the Dodgers win against the White Sox. I think the Cubs win against the Giants. I think the Rays beat the Angels. I think the Rangers beat the Red Sox. The Red Sox beat the Rangers tomorrow night. I think the Orioles beat the Padres. I think the Nationals beat the Mariners. I think the Diamondbacks beat the Reds tomorrow. I think the Brewers beat the Phillies tomorrow. I think the Twins beat the Cardinals tomorrow. And I think the Rockies beat the Athletics tomorrow. These are my baseball picks. I think the Fever won tonight against the Sun. I think the Lynx and the women's basketball beat the Aces tonight. Don't got two losses. I think the Wings beat the Fire. I think the Sparks beat the Mercury. And tomorrow's ladies basketball games, I think the Majestics beat the Liberty. I think the Tempo beat the Dream. And tomorrow night at 8 p.m. is the UFC Freedom 250 fight. Thank you for watching part 1. If you want to know about my UFC Freedom 250 fight, you're going to have to watch part 2, labeled UFC Freedom 250 part 2. But thank you for watching part 1 of this video. And let's go USA. Let's hope our men's soccer team can do good. If we want to know about every World Cup, and I'll talk more about the World Cup later on Monday's episode, and recap, like I said, Brazil winning, if they win, Germany winning, and the other teams that I said to win. I'll recap that on Thursday. But thank you for watching. Thank you for watching part 1 of episode 125. And here in a couple minutes, thank you for watching episode part 1. And then part 2 will be dedicated to the UFC Freedom 250 fight that will be going on with no doubt tomorrow night, unless with lightnings. But Dana White said even if it rains or snows, it's still going on, so we'll see. But part 2 will be about the UFC Freedom 250. But thank you for watching part 1, and have a good day, and have a blessed weekend, Stashers. And please like and subscribe and share my videos. But thank you for watching my videos, Stashers, and have a good day.